Court scene. Suspect in DJ Warras murder case appears in packed courtroom. Central News, South Africa. News Africa for people. Court scene. Suspect in DJ Warras murder case appears in packed courtroom. Johannesburg. In a packed courtroom on this Christmas Eve, a key suspect in the shocking murder of beloved media personality Warwick Stock, known to fans as DJ Warras, faced a judge for the first time. Victor Majola, aged 44, stood alone in the dock at the Johannesburg Magistrates Court, his face initially hidden under a scarf and hoodie as the weight of serious charges hung in the air. This appearance marks a step forward in a case that has gripped South Africa, coming just a week after the tragic shooting that cut short the life of a man who brought joy to many through his music and broadcasts. While one arrest brings hope for justice, the release of another suspect raises questions about the full story. As families across Gauteng reflect on loss during the holidays, we delve into the court proceedings, the heartbreaking background, and what comes next in this unfolding investigation. A tense first appearance in court. The hearing on 24th December 2025 was brief but charged with emotion. Victor Majola entered the Johannesburg Magistrates Court trying to shield his face with a scarf and the hood of his jacket. Magistrate Simon Radasi quickly stepped in, ordering him to remove the coverings for proper identification and to sit up straight. This set a firm tone for the session, where the state prosecutor laid out the grave accusations against him. Majola faces charges of premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The prosecutor made it clear. The accused is charged with premeditated murder as well as conspiracy to commit murder. The deceased was shot. The state is opposed to bail, as this is a Schedule 6 offense. Schedule 6 crimes are among the most serious in South African law, often involving planned violence, and they make getting bail much harder. The state argued that the nature of the attack, a targeted shooting, poses too great a risk if Majola were released. With no bail application made yet, the matter has been postponed to the 6th of January 2026. This gives both sides time to prepare. The defense to argue for Majola's release on conditions, and the prosecution to build an even stronger case. Until then, Majola will remain behind bars, spending the rest of the festive season in custody. For those watching from the gallery, including friends and supporters of DJ Warras, this delay adds to the anguish, but it also ensures a thorough process. The tragic loss of DJ Warras. Warwick Stock, affectionately called DJ Warras, was a vibrant 40-year-old who lit up clubs, radio waves, and TV screens with his energy. On the 16th of December 2025, his life ended abruptly outside the Zambezi House building in Johannesburg's bustling central business district. He had parked his car for a routine security check, part of his work with Imperium Ops International, a company he ran to protect inner-city properties, when 3 unknown assailants approached and opened fire at close range. The attack was swift and deadly, with bullets striking Warras multiple times. He died at the scene, leaving behind a shocked community and a family grappling with unimaginable grief. Witnesses described the gunman fleeing on foot, one notably with dreadlocks, adding to the urgency of the police hunt. This was not random. Warras had faced threats in the weeks leading up, securing 5 protection orders from the courts due to dangers tied to his security role. These orders highlight how his efforts to make places safer ironically put him in harm's way. DJ Warras was more than a victim. He was a father, a broadcaster, and a businessman who touched lives. His funeral on the 23rd of December 2025 in Rosebank was a quiet, private affair where he was cremated, but the calls for justice echoed loud from those who knew him. Friends remember him as kind and driven, always aiming to uplift others through his work. Breakthrough arrests and a surprise twist. Police moved fast after the murder, vowing a quick resolution. Their efforts paid off on Monday, the 22nd of December 2025, when they raided the Morafe Hostel in Soweto around 2 a.m. Two people, a man and a woman, were taken in for questioning and later arrested. At first, it seemed like a solid lead, with the pair linked to the shooting through tips and evidence. But in a twist during the court session, the case against the female suspect was dropped due to a lack of evidence. She walked free, leaving Majola to face the charges alone. This development has sparked questions about her role and whether more arrests are coming. Police have not ruled out others, noting that 3 gunmen were involved based on initial reports. Items seized during the raid, like a pistol and balaclava, are being tested to tie them to the crime. The arrests brought a wave of relief to the community, with many praising the South African Police Service for their dedication. Acting Premier Jacob Mamabolo commended the team, saying it shows their commitment to tackling violent crime. Yet, with one suspect released, families worry if the full truth will emerge. Unpacking the motive. A targeted hit? Investigators believe this was no random act. It looks like a planned attack tied to Warras's security work. He had been enforcing protection at buildings in tough areas, which often stirs up rivals or grudges. The protection orders he obtained point to ongoing threats, perhaps from those unhappy with his efforts to secure properties and push out troublemakers. This fits a broader pattern in Johannesburg, where private security roles can turn deadly amid competition and crime syndicates. Police are probing links to these underworld elements, hoping to uncover why Warras was targeted. For now, the motive remains unclear, but the premeditated charge suggests planners who knew his routine and struck when he was vulnerable. The road to justice. What happens next? As the case heads to January, the focus will be on the bail hearing. The state's opposition means Majola must prove he is not a flight risk or threat to witnesses. If bail is denied, he stays locked up. If granted, strict rules like house arrest or monitoring could apply. Beyond that, a full trial looms, where evidence like ballistics from the seized gun and witness testimonies will be key. This delay gives police time to chase the remaining suspects, with calls for public tips growing louder. Communities in Atteridgeville and Soweto, where fear lingers after such violence, hope for swift closure. For DJ Warras's loved ones, each court date is a step towards healing, but the pain of loss during the holidays makes it bittersweet. In a city where gun crimes spike, this case underscores the need for stronger controls on weapons and support for those in risky jobs. As 2026 approaches, the push for safer streets continues, inspired by remembering lives like Warras's, full of potential, cut short too soon. If you have information, reaching out to authorities could help bring peace to grieving families.